All right, for this video, we are going to learn how to bind off a knitted project. Binding off is a word that means that we are going to finish off our stitches, because these are all what we call live stitches. If I were to just take my needle out right now, my entire piece would unravel, and that would be sad. Binding off terrifies some knitters, but you don't need to be afraid of it. There are hundreds of different ways that you can bind off. This video, we're just going to talk about the most basic bind off. It is not a very stretchy bind off. So depending on what you're doing, if it's a blanket or something, you're good. This is a great option. It makes a nice kind of firm edge. If you were doing something like a hat and the bind off was at the brim, which is not real common in a knitted piece, or if you were doing the top of a sock or the neck of a shirt, you are not going to want to use this method. There are other methods that are much stretchier, or you're going to want to go up in a needle size for your right needle. You want to go probably up 2 sizes because it will help make it a little bit looser and it will keep it from being too tight and then like you can't get it over your head, for example. A lot of the time, especially if you're doing like an E-loop cast on or a long tail cast on or even a knitted cast on, they're pretty flexible. They'll give a little bit. This bind off doesn't give as much. So there are options out there if you need it to be stretchy. There's one called Jenny's Super Stretchy Bind Off, and there's a billion videos out there on how to do it. That makes a really stretchy edge, and that can help if you need that extra stretch. We're just going to go over this most basic one because in the beginning, a lot of times you're doing something like a washcloth or a scarf, and they don't have to have a stretchy edge. This edge actually makes a strip on the top that looks similar to a crocheted edge. So if you're familiar with crochet, this is going to be pretty familiar too. If you're not, that's okay. I just want to point out that it looks like crochet, and there are cast on methods that make a crochet edge too. They're actually called a crochet cast on, or it's essentially the same method as you would use for a provisional cast on. So you can Google those words and get more information. Okay, to bind off, which means finish our knitting. I'm just going to do a standard knitted bind off. To do that, I'm going to begin by knitting 2 stitches. Knit 1 stitch, knit the 2nd stitch. I now have 2 stitches on my right needle. I'm going to use my left needle tip, holding on to everything so it doesn't go where I don't want it to, and I'm going to grab onto that first stitch that I knitted. I'm going to lift it. This is the tricky part because I need to get my needle back out of here on my right needle so that it goes up and over the 2nd stitch that I knitted. Let me do that one more time so you can see it. I started out just by knitting 2 stitches. Here they are next to each other. I'm going to lift this stitch up and over my 2nd stitch and off of my right needle. So up, over, off. Now this first stitch is holding on to my 2nd stitch to keep it from unraveling. This first stitch can't go anywhere now. I'm going to go to my 3rd stitch and knit it. Now I have 2 stitches on my right needle again. I need to take that 2nd stitch, so the first stitch that is the one farthest away from the needle tip. How about that? The one on the right. And I'm going to go up, over, and off. Hold on to it again. And I'm going to continue in that way. I'm going to knit a stitch, take the stitch on the right, go up, over, and off. So it's going to loop each stitch onto the stitch before to bind it. Up, over, off. Knit a stitch, up, over, off. I'm gonna get all the way to the end and then I'll show you kind of how it looks. Up, over, off. Up, over, off. Now, if I was using a needle that was a little bit bigger on my right needle, the benefit is that this loop that I'm creating when I knit a stitch can't get too small. So if they're a little bit bigger, then these bound off loops will be a little bit bigger, and that will give it just a little bit more give, or at least a little bit more length, so that it doesn't get too tight. It's also something that you just kind of, in time over practice, you get a little bit better at getting your tension so that it's not too tight. All right, so now I'm at the end. I have one stitch on my needle and no more stitches to bind off. Notice it makes this nice, pretty kind of chain stitch like you would see in crochet. But what do I do with this last one? Well, normally you would just cut your yarn and then put it up through this stitch and pull. Because I've got this whole ball here instead of like a huge ball, and I'm gonna reuse this yarn, I'm just gonna show you. It doesn't really matter if you go this way or if you go that way, it's about the same thing. Either way, our tail is gonna go up through that loop, see? And then we're gonna pull, and then that's going to create another little loop that looks like our chain stitch or like our bind off edge. And then you can make it as tight as you want to. You would take that tail and weave it in on the wrong side so that it doesn't show too much. And you would weave in your starting tail. And then you would have your finished piece.